Good afternoon, everybody. How you all doing? Hope you're doing good. Afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is. You know what I mean. It's not set on that. That's why. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. Carrying on doing trying to build our contracting business up to a nice big fleet. Oh, hang on, I've got me thing going. I was watching videos on my cell phone yesterday. I was cooking my dinner. And I've got the sound up. Let me just turn that all the way down. There we go. Don't need to hear me twice. Once is enough, maybe even too much. But 2 times. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Come on. Sit up. Back up. Back. Stop. Stop it. Do as you're told. Here's a good phone. Well, that is a good phone. Right. Where was I? Mucking about. Anyway, yeah, we're trying to build our big contracting business with the big fleet and everything else. Onward and upward, or onward and bankrupt, whatever comes first. And as usual, I've got Mr. Patrio with me. How are you, Patrio?
Yeah, quite well. Thank you very much. Lovely chill Sunday, although chill's the wrong word for it. It's 25 or something already at 8:30 in the morning.
Gee, stuff that. It's been hot the last couple of days, but that's like 20 at night, 18 to 20 degrees. I don't know what it is today, but it's a nice day, but we've got a cool wind, so. Anyway, yeah, we're finishing off these cabbages after the debacle last week we had with the old Stevie ones that I modified and didn't empty out, so good on me. So we got these ones that came with it, with these headers that we got. And I think by the time we finish both of our fields, it'll probably be night time and we can go home, have a sleep, pay all the bills, get up and do it again. Am I in a different farm, or yeah, no, that is our balance, isn't it? 108,000. Oh my goodness. Not helpful. You can't buy stuff for the 108 grand. Didn't we get a loan? I got a loan out as well, didn't I?
I think it was the shuffling around, picking up the two combine or the 2 potato harvesters, Caradoses, what do you want to call them?
Yeah, we didn't have enough money, did we? Or did I pay it back? Did I get rid of the loan? I don't know.
Too many omelettes, not enough eggs.
Well, yeah, this map, it's definitely made it a slow going type map. As in making money, probably because of the big equipment we've got to buy, being it's a bigger map, bigger fields, bigger rewards. So yes, how is everyone doing? I hope you're all enjoying your weekend. I've got a bit announcement to make. There's a possibility I won't be streaming for up to a month. I really need to send my PC back, which is a bit of a shame because I'll miss out on playing Farming Simulator 22 when it first comes out. That's announcement number 1. Announcement number 2 is, even though I thought I updated my details on Prime, and it looks like Twitch has rearranged the way it does the certain things when it comes to VODs. Now, when you start out, you get to keep your VODs for 2 weeks and they delete them. And then you become an affiliate and they keep them longer. I think it's 30 days. And when you become partner, it's even longer. But they seem to have changed that, and if you become an affiliate now, it's still 2 weeks to 14 days. And my VODs are about to be deleted by Twitch, because now what they do, if you want the extra days, in fact it's the same amount as the partners, I think, if you're with Prime Gaming, which I was, because that's when you get Prime, Amazon Prime, it's part of it. But yeah, my payment fell through because my card had expired, so I updated the thing and all that kind of stuff and let me unload. Oh, it was already out. Stay there, stay there, stay there, it's fine, you're fine, don't worry about it. Yeah, so I updated it and I checked, and I still had another month on the Prime. What are you doing? Well, it was like I paid for it. They basically go, right, your next bill's next month, and I could still watch TV shows. So I thought, okay, they updated it, and I checked my bank balance and nothing had come out. So when I had a look and saw all of a sudden the VODs were about to be deleted, quite a lot of them, I went and checked, and that's when I found that they changed the, okay, you don't want to empty me out? Fine. They changed the way it's done, and I tried to activate my Prime Gaming again, and it wouldn't let me do it. So I think I have to wait until the end of the month, or the next bill, and they hopefully charge me, and I get it back, and I can keep more VODs. So for the most part, for anything you want to watch or catch up on that's over 2 weeks old, it's off to the old YouTube channel, where you can find a link for that in my about page, or type in !YouTube into chat, and those streams, even though it's 2 weeks, they'll be up anyway, because I put these streams up a week later on YouTube. I just cut them up into 35-minute episodes or thereabouts. So, but yes, a lot of PC problems at the moment. A ton of PC problems. Blue screens, restarts, bizarre things happening, internet problems, overheating problems with the CPU. I've had this for, what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe? The new motherboard, maybe not even that. I've reloaded Windows 4 times, just to make double sure. I've tittered around with BIOS settings, and it seems a bit weird. Because my BIOS has a setting where it's called the resize bar, and what it does is it improves the performance of your GPU. It gives the CPU access to the full buffer range of the GPU. So when you're running around on a world or something in a map, it loads the map a lot quicker than it would normally. But that seemed to have caused problems from what I can tell. I turned it on when I first got it, I turned it off. There's all sorts of settings in there I don't know about. I checked the last blue screen and to see what the error was and what it referred to, and there wasn't much of it. It gave a little indication, but you can't figure it out what the problem is, so they suggested a couple, well, 3 options to help stop it from happening, and one was update your drivers, and all my drivers are updated, but I didn't reload the graphics driver again, because when the blue screen happened I was playing Call of Duty, and yeah, it just my second screen just sort of went like there was a broken video card. It made me black with, you know, colours all over it, like a rainbow all over the place. and the other one was to test your memory. So I did that. My memory's fine, but and my memory's supposed to be able to do XMP2, which I had it set on. So now I've swung that back to the normal XMP, and I turned the resize bar off. So, but still, it's a brand new motherboard, brand new CPU, and I'm having more troubles, and it's slower than the old one. In fact, I don't think I ever had a blue screen in the 3 years or 3+ years I had my old one for. So I've been trying to get hold of the people I bought it from, which is the guys I normally buy it from, and no one answers the phone at the moment. No matter what department, even if I go to the head office and try and get hold of reception, they don't answer a phone. Admittedly, they are in level 3 break lockdown in Auckland. That's where the head office is, so that's probably the reason why. But you're still able to do returns and stuff, so there's people there, I would assume, be working to fix any problems with warranties and returns. So I rung that department, got nothing. Eventually I just rang one of the shops outside of Auckland. They weren't helpful, so I ended up ringing ASUS, and they said, yeah, we'll give you a job thing, and
Harambe ticket.
yeah, and send it to us, and we'll try and figure out what the problem is. Oh, that's great. How long will that take? Well, it depends. Could be 2 weeks, or it could be a month. Oh, great. Would you like the parts, or would you like the whole thing? Oh, send the whole thing. Oh, great. Do I have to pay for the curate? Yeah. Oh, fantastic. But it needs to be fixed. I paid for it. Spent all that time saving up. Quite a long time saving up. Years and years to save up to upgrade. And it's turned out to be a downgrade. So, I'll send it away and find out if there is an issue with one of the things. And it hopefully wasn't caused by the installers, e.g. me, and otherwise I'm really stuffed. It will be longer than a month before I'm back, if that's the case, because the warranty won't cover it. I don't think it is me. So hopefully it's either the motherboard or the CPU that something's wrong with it. I'm hoping it's the CPU, personally. If it is, I'm going to ask them to say, hey, instead of replacing it with the CPU I got, can I pay the little bit extra? I think it's about $20-30, and get the other version that comes with the integrated graphics. And you pop that in for me. And if it's the motherboard, I'm going to argue the point, well, the motherboard was causing my CPU to overheat quite drastically, so the CPU's probably a bit knackered. Can I have a new CPU as well as the motherboard, please? Oh, while we're at it, can you, will I be able to pay the extra cash and get this CPU put in? We have to wait and see, so not ideal at all, actually. If I had the money, to be honest, I would, not that they've got much selection at the moment, I would say to them, you know what, can I pay the difference to get an upgraded into the 12th generation CPU and a Z690 motherboard? But that won't happen, especially when the place that I bought from, they had available, they've got motherboards available for the new 12th generation Intels, but not much of a selection. They do have the best Asus one, which costs over $1,000, which I was watching a video by Mr. JZ's 2 cents or something or other. Well, if you don't know him, he's a quite popular PC builder, his own company in America and stuff. and he actually reviewed and checked out the new generations. He got sent that motherboard. The motherboard only takes the new DDR5 RAM, and they gave him some RAM as well to test it out and stuff like that. So yeah, my place only had one selection for the Generation 12 CPUs, which happened to be my version, one generation up, one without the integrated graphics. So anyway, we'll see. I've got to get hold of these guys first, because I can email them, and well, I can go to the site and get a ticket, but there's so many things wrong with it. I need to talk to them and negotiate with them. One little negotiation I normally do when I return something is say to them, because they make you pay for the return, and if I've got to send my whole computer back, it's going to cost me a bit because of the weight of it, because I've got a decent sized tower, a full size tower. I've got to pack it up and everything else like that. And if there is something wrong with it, I like to negotiate the fact that they give me a credit for how much it costs me to send it to them, because if it didn't break, well, if it wasn't broken when it was arrived, then it was something I did, then I'm quite happy to pay the cost. But if I had to send it back because I didn't get a product that was in full working condition, I shouldn't be hit with that cost. That's my way of thinking about it. They did it with my chair, which I didn't have to wait to send it away. The chair was, the one I originally bought from them, was absolutely knackered, covered by warranty, so I got them to send me a prepaid courier sticker or whatever, and got them to pay for it. But this one, I don't know until I get it there. This is going to be a bit of a pain. Actually, I'm not going to have a computer for a month, which is going to be interesting, because that's all I've got to occupy my time. I don't have TV or anything like that. So don't get in my way, Sonny Jim. Don't you dare. Now, yesterday's stream, for people that are watching, I got, well, if you're watching, you know Causey was in there in the chat, as he always is, for the trucking sims. And at the end there, I bought a new truck for an ATS, and there was something a bit off about it. We'd been waiting, well, those who've been following ATS know that we've been waiting for a good paint scheme to turn the trucks, to give them a business colour scheme. And last week we thought I did one, and it looked like when we went in there, there was none of the trucks painted in that truck scheme, the Rigger Love paint scheme that chat chose, and which was a bit weird, but I thought no, right, because it's the right amount of trucks here. But it turned out, which Mr. Causey figured out, DM'd me after the stream and said it looks like you either loaded the wrong save or something went wrong, because I watched the last week's VOD and we did buy one. And yeah, it turns out that for some reason my saves from last week, and I have mine all to Steam Cloud, were missing. So I started yesterday's ATS stream from a save 2 weeks prior. Well, this is issue trying to catch up with me. So, which is a bit of a shame, but not a major. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to stream this Wednesday another ATS to catch up. Which is handy because I think this Wednesday I actually have nothing on in the afternoon. So I can do that, we can catch up, and that way we don't miss out. I don't have to do any mucking about. Another thing we sort of come up, if you missed the stream yesterday, is that for people who don't know, but people who obviously watch it do know this, I use a seasons type mod, and it's not like the seasons in this where it's just one mod does all seasons. It's a mod for spring, a mod for summer, a mod, well there's two mods actually for autumn/fall for you Americans, and two for winter. But what I do is I spend a month on each season and then click into the next one. I'll spend a month on spring, well four streams on, sorry not a month, four. Well, it is a month because I stream it once a week. So, yeah, I was right in the first instance. So I'll do 4 streams with one season and then click over to the next one. So what we're going to probably do now is every time we do, in between switching over into a new season, we're going to do a stream where we're going to do convy mode. So people who have been regulars or subscribed or anything else like that can come along and join in convy mode. You've got your choice of ETS or ATS. Or both, if you prefer. If you'd like to be on both of them, you're quite welcome. I just got to work out the logistics because obviously we've got to wonder if we're going to do mods, which mods are we going to do, who's got what DLC. Then we've got to figure out who's got the less DLCs. If they become the host, if they're able to become the host, we've got to be joined to Steam, and all sorts of stuff like that. So there's a bit of a logistics thing to it. Which I've got to sort out, but that's what's going to happen at the moment. And that'll probably happen after the spring one because we just finished the winter on those two, even though technically with ATS we should do one more winter, which I will do on Wednesday, and then we're starting off on spring on the normal streams, provided I haven't sent my PC back, obviously. Which I should say that this is all plans I've got on the provision that I haven't sent my PC back to be fixed. How you getting on there, Patrio?
Well, I've finished off the bulk of everything, sent the truck off. Terrell's got hung up on the road trying to go home, so I've picked him back out. Apparently the contract's only up to like 98%. I'm like, well, there's barely even 30, 40 litres worth of fruit left. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel just to see if that's the difference that it needs. But
oh yes, no, I just remembered. We've got to keep an eye on the price. Remember, it was that stuff up thing, and we've got to once I think it's my contract is finished and the price starts going up, we've got to send the rest of what's my field to your contract. Because if you remember it, I tested the tippers out to make sure they would take the cabbage with what we're trying to figure out was wrong with them, and then I sent, when we turned it around, remember I did we emptied with the development controls, emptied out the Stevie ones, and I added what we had into one tipper, which was both yours and mine, because we both had 60,000 litres each,
right. Yeah.
And then sent it off to the place that my contracts goes to, and my guy might be on his way there now. So if you want to jump in to him, keep an eye on him as he goes in, and if the money starts going up, stop him from tipping, and then just change the delivery to
destination.
Yeah, where you were going. It's lucky you said that. I absolutely forgot about that, clearly.
Yeah, I was just confused. I'm like, usually you always have access from every single field, but I was just surprised it got up to 90% and didn't complete. I'm like, well, that's not right.
What you could do is if it does work out like that, is you can go off to your harvest on the way back here and empty it out with that truck and send it over here. Or you can actually drive the truck and take over because we really haven't got much to do. Technically we should be going to bed soon as I finish this. Yeah, so it's done it then.
Yeah, I was watching him. I've cut him off
Nice.
as soon as. I mean, if you wanted to be extra cheeky, it's just a matter of dumping off 2 shovel loads at the restaurant to satisfy their contract, and then out of the supermarket and restaurant, who's paying the better dollar.
Mm. For sure. Actually, do I have that mod on? I can't remember the keys for it.
Like market comparator or whatever it is.
Yeah. Sale price trigger, I think it's called. And I think I do have it on because I'm pretty sure I set the silage up for it. Because we've got all those silage bales that are ours sitting around. But just trying to remember the key for it is that's the one thing I don't remember how to get it up. And I can't remember what I set the price to either. It's obviously hasn't hit it because it hasn't come up on the screen. So is that both contracts done?
Let me double check, but it should be. Okay, yours is apparently reporting 95%.
Interesting, because it did come up 22, didn't it? Alright, it doesn't matter, I've got plenty here anyway.
Yeah, I've still got 15,000 litres in the trailer
Hang on,
itself.
maybe the 95% is because of how much of the field I've done. Because normally you've got so much percentage done, yeah.
Yeah, combination of how much you've taken off the crop versus how much you've sold. In which case I'll send the truck back to you and work that out.
I said you can do the driving if you want, come out and empty me out and stuff because I've got no other contracts. It's the end of the day for us. I would say you could go home, but A, you don't really have a home to go to or anything else to do. Unless you want to send it back to me and clean the bits and pieces. And we got there, I think we got the tractor and the plough sitting at the wash bay at the moment, ready to be given a bath.
I think for me, step one's going to be get this last 30 litres out of the Pterodos for what it's worth. Yay, 30 litres. Then I can send it home, because otherwise we'll have got hung up on the bridge. And I'll get your truck moving, get my truck on his way out of that. So I should do that now, actually. This thing is easy.
And my accelerator pedals just all of a sudden yesterday, halfway through the trucking sim stream, decided to stick again. So I'm sure it's got to be because when I opened it up the other day, the bit I wanted to clean was actually quite clean. I didn't really need to do it, and then I put it back together and it started sticking straight away and then it stopped, and I'm pretty sure it's because I've got a couple of exposed wires in the pedals. They didn't crimp it properly, clamp it, whatever, on the accelerator pedal. And so that must be hitting something inside, because when I move the pedals and stuff, it just sort of starts and stops, starts and stops.
Yeah, just the part that always threw me off is the fact that the Thrustmaster price equivalent of the G-force that you're using, the gear shifter and pedals are a higher quality, but the wheels are lower quality.
Yeah, I sometimes wonder they just give me stuff that they've refixed and sent back to me and sold it as brand new.
No, it's just more down to design durability. As I was saying, the actual Logitech wheel is a nicer wheel than the one that I've got, but my ship is basically indestructible no matter how rough you want to be with it. And the pedals, I think, are slightly nicer than the Logitech ones. It's just sad that the wheel's literally a piece of rubberized grip at 9 and 3, and the rest of it's just like toy plastic. And like, really, guys, you couldn't go for the full wrap?
I got nice leather, I think this is, around my wheel. And then the rest of it's quite, it is quite steady. I mean, it's plastic, but it's not cheap plastic, I wouldn't have thought. Apart from the middle there, done up with the PlayStation symbol is. The pedals, well, I mean, I've never seen any other pedals, but these are quite nice. The metal pedals. Body aluminium, or aluminum if you're from America. For the rest of the world, it's aluminium. But the whole thing the pedals sit in is just plastic, but still, it's not like flimsy plastic, it seems quite sturdy. Sturdy enough, at least. There's not much to it inside, though. There's a lot of screws to take out to get inside the pedals. Quite a lot. Mind you, now I bought there the alcohol, so well, whatever alcohol is, was to clean the thermal paste off me CPU.
Yep.
Yeah, I could probably use that on the steering wheel on that because it's quite filthy, and my mouse. Now, summer's coming along. It's been really bad so far this year. When I play Call of Duty, I started late last night because that's when the blue screen happened. And I went to do all the memory tests and everything else, which took forever. In fact, I didn't fully test the memory. Let the test run. I stopped it halfway through after an hour. It had to do 4 passes, but it was basically doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm getting micro stutters here, which is concerning me. And again, we've got nothing that's on, well, apart from auto drive, perhaps.
I was going to say, because for a second, obviously, I was jumping around the vehicles, but obviously, I'm still on the standard tractor at the moment.
I've got no lure errors, but I am having micro stutters. That's the reason why I went into the menu and saved it. Because so far with my computer, I have no idea what's going to happen. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of, like, stutters here.